Hi everyone, I'm Richard Lee. I'm a junior in CS here, and my mentors were Matthias Carasso Kind and Robert Brunner. So the project I was working on was to detect sources in astronomical images using some new techniques. So our goal was to create a library for doing this detection, and so what we were. So I guess I'll go over what we were trying to do. So we were taking a new approach by doing multi-nest sampling, which is basically trying to fit a model to various parts of the image, and then based on how well the model predicted the data, we would give it a likelihood. And the idea of this one is that instead of just like trying to fit it all over the place, we would actually keep track of like the top K points, which we called active samples. And every time we tried a new point, if it was better than the worst of our active points, then it would replace that one. Otherwise, we would actually just output the lowest of the active points. And so the idea is that like as we do more and more iterations, we only get better and better points. Which means that ideally in places of high likelihood, there'll be more points and we should be able to see things that we want to see. So the problem with that is like, imagine if you're trying to hit a dartboard. At first, you can hit like anywhere you want and it's okay. But then now if you want to hit like higher point areas, the area that you can hit gets smaller and smaller. So we looked into using self-organizing maps, which kind of like split the area into various cells, and then we weighed each cell by the point with the highest likelihood in it, so that we would be more likely to try to sample in a cell that was like more likely to have a source in it, which sped up our code by quite a lot. And then after we got all of these points out, we would have to try to like extract the sources out of it. So the image is kind of small right now, but in like the middle bottom, you can see that there are like noticeable peaks, and those peaks correspond to sources in the image. So we tried this technique where we would recursively split the image until we hit a peak. So we look in like the X and look for peaks there, and then once we identified like some range of where it was, then we would only select that section of the X and then look in the Y for a peak there. And we would just repeat this process until it hit a point, and then we keep track of all these points. So I don't have an image to show what it outputted, but more recent experiments, we were able to be pretty successful in detecting the sources in the image. And so future work we plan on doing